Welcome to TRunblockedcom. And here's welcoming PMI back to TFW account after an absence of 8 years. And as you can hear, it's pretty noisy here. And it's not just the people, there's works going on. Let's just start by asking you how you are personally finding business in travel retail. I mean, you've been in your role now for 6 months. What makes this business so special or otherwise for you?
Thank you for having me. First of all, it's a great pleasure to be here, and we are extremely thrilled to be back in TFWA World Exhibition after 8 years, as you mentioned, as an exhibitor. And this year actually has a special meaning for us as well, because it marks the 10th year anniversary of ICOS. And also it gives us a great opportunity to showcase our multi-category portfolio of smoke-free alternatives for adult smokers. So yes, I am a bit more than 6 months in this new role, and it's an amazing role, I must say. I'm really having a great pleasure for the past 6 months. I was actually expecting the dynamism and the complexity of this business already. Before coming here, I was well informed about that. And so far, I'm not disappointed, I must say. It's a really multifaceted business. It's first of all a global footprint, so we're truly a global affiliate. There are varying consumer profiles, there are different regulations, changing regulations. There is a huge ambiguity. So at one side, it's presenting great challenges, of course, to the business. However, I think what is more important is the humongous opportunities it presents us in terms of further growing our business, PMI's business in travel retail, and in terms of showcasing increasing presence of our multi-category portfolio. One of the things that I'm also thrilled about is the teams. Our PMI duty-free organization. It's an amazing team, very capable to navigate this complexity extremely well, very agile, dealing with ambiguity. But also all our key stakeholders, business partners. It's an impressive industry where everybody gets together in such a collaborative spirit, which is a key enabler, of course, in driving success for us.
So what then, in your view, are the current key trends for tobacco and related products?
Well, this year, I think one of the key trends was the recovery in international travel, which helped to grow the tobacco business in general. There is also a growing trend towards smoke-free products among the current smokers, which is very much in line with our vision of building a smoke-free future as well.
So is your experience of travel retail, in terms of that marketplace, any different from what's going on in the domestic market?
Well, travel retail plays a very critical role, especially in showcasing our smoke-free products of a multi-category portfolio. Today, consumer preferences are changing, right? So there is no one single product which can appeal to every smoker out there in the world. That's why we have a multi-category portfolio of smoke-free products, which are intended for those adult smokers who would otherwise continue smoking. And duty-free is very critical because consumers have ample time where they can be engaged and they can be educated about these smoke-free products, that they are less harmful and far better alternatives than continued smoking. It gives us the opportunity to showcase our multi-category portfolio. So that's one of the critical roles that duty-free plays compared to the domestic markets. Because in a domestic market, imagine a shop where the consumer has just a couple of seconds.
Just transactional.
Transactional, whereas in our context, consumer has time, and we have a great opportunity to build the awareness and educate them about our smoke-free products.
We know that tobacco sales have been declining globally. that was certainly a key driver for the original launch 10 years ago and subsequent extraordinary success of IQOS. Just walk us through the rationale for this product again and some of the highlights for the brand during this 10-year period.
Well, we have a bold ambition. We are building the future of PMI on smoke-free products, which are less harmful and far better alternatives than continued smoking. And we are progressing extremely well towards this ambition. It's been a decade already since we first launched IQOS, and this year marks the 10th year anniversary. And IQOS, for the first time, replaced Marlboro in terms of net revenues in the last quarter of 2023.
That's an extraordinary statistic. Extraordinary.
Absolutely. So this is a very critical milestone in terms of our progress towards smoke-free vision. Today, there are 30.8 million IQOS users globally. And what is even more impressive is out of these 30.8 million, 72% already quit smoking totally, and they switched completely to IQOS. This is the highest conversion rate which has ever been achieved within the smoke-free products category. And our ambition is actually to deliver at least 2/3 of our net revenues from our smoke-free products by 2030. And all the facts are a testament that smoke-free vision is indeed in reach and it's possible. So it's a phenomenal progress that we have achieved so far.
You touched upon this earlier, but this year has really been one full of achievements, hasn't it?
This year was extremely successful year for PMI in travel retail. Definitely the recovery of international travel helped. However, on the other side, we also had a very positive growth trend in terms of our new portfolio initiatives, the product initiatives, as well as the commercial initiatives that we put into place. This was especially prominent in Middle East, Africa region, and in Japan. And in terms of the products, now we have a multi-category portfolio of smoke-free options, which are intended for those adult smokers who would otherwise continue smoking. Consumer preferences are changing, so we need to cater to the needs of the consumers. And as being the champion in the smoke-free products category, now we have our heated tobacco product IQOS, the #1 selling heated tobacco product worldwide. We have nicotine pouches, which we are leading the category with ZYN proposition, and it is the fastest growing smoke-free products category, by the way. And we have also an e-vapor proposition, VEEV, which completes and diversifies our portfolio. And we have been launching these new propositions in various different duty-free markets throughout this year.
Can you just drill down in terms of the specific product initiatives you referred to earlier?
This year in March in Japan, we launched IQOS Illuma I, the most recent and the most innovative addition to our heated tobacco products category. And we are also rolling out our multi-category portfolio with our nicotine pouch proposition ZYN, as well as VEEV, which is our e-vapor product proposition.
I want to go back to the question about the open forums that you have. I mean, this is quite a bold move on your part. I know they tend to be fairly controlled events, but the point is that you are prepared to be upfront and open with everyone is interested about the development of the product. I mean, that's actually quite a brave thing to do.
Absolutely. I mean, scientific substantiation is critical for the smoke-free products. We give utmost importance to research and development. We have been investing $12.5 billion since 2008 into the research and development, launch and commercialization of our smoke-free products. Today we have more than 1,500 scientists, R&D professionals, working relentlessly on further innovation to cater to the needs of evolving consumer preferences.
Now let's move on to another slightly prickly question. There does seem to be more and more rules and regulations appearing almost on a daily basis. Probably more than I've had on hot dinners this year. But what are the key challenges for you currently? And as the lead player in the category, what are your suggestions as to how the business community itself should respond?
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the biggest challenges ahead of us is the so-called MOP4, Meeting of Parties, which is to take place next year in November. We are fully open and we welcome objective, of course, and fair and scientific-based studies on that front, because we're quite self-confident that travel retail is one of the safest and the most transparent supply chain. And actually, the whole industry is working very closely with the regulators, with customs and the enforcement agencies to combat illicit trade rather than to enable it. So that's why we're quite confident on this. But this remains as one of the key challenges moving forward for us.
Do you think the industry as a whole, though, should basically have a greater share of voice, have more noise about what they're doing, to actually reach out even to some consumers as well, to try and sort of bring it interest from the ground up as well as from the top down?
Yeah. Well, as I mentioned, one of the key things that I was really impressed about the travel retail was the extreme collaborative spirit among, starting from suppliers, trade partners, all the way to the even third parties. And media definitely has to be part of this strong collaborative spirit. That's what we believe. And
is there enough media coverage of this, because it's such a sensitive subject?
Well, as long as we have fact-based, scientifically substantiated information, I think it will be critical to disseminate it further. Because, again, we have a very bold ambition, and in order to get to that smoke-free ambition, we need to make those consumers, adult smokers, aware. We need to educate them about our smoke-free alternatives, that they are far better than continued smoking and that they are less harmful compared to continued smoking. And definitely the collaboration among all stakeholders, including media, plays a critical role in this.
Now I want to go back to a particular hobby horse of your predecessor, Ermaner. I mean, this is all about airport smoking lounges. I mean, I agreed with him that frankly they are largely a disgrace. What, if any, are your developing plans in this area?
Well, the smoking lounges is totally, first of all, at the discretion of the airport authorities and the local regulations, because not all, in all places, the local regulation allows. So what we can control is actually showcasing or presenting our multi-category portfolio and catering to the needs of those smokers who are looking for better alternatives than continued smoking. And of course, it will be very much preferred for the airport authorities to have dedicated spaces for those smoke-free alternatives, so that the consumers can really enjoy the benefits compared to continued smoking.
Within the constraints of what we know is out there, what is doable?
Yeah. Well, what is doable is actually showcasing our multi-category portfolio of smoke-free products, which I think we're progressing quite well on that as well. This year we already opened an IQOS pop-up store in Osaka International Airport in Japan. We opened an IQOS shop in Narita International Airport. We opened an IQOS pop-up store in Geneva International Airport, and also in Dubai duty free. We have 2 new back walls and a dedicated IQOS store in Dubai duty free. And these are very strategic initiatives for us because they allow us to showcase our full portfolio of multi-category smoke-free products, which are better alternatives than smoking.
And you're getting good response from the retailers and from consumers?
Absolutely, absolutely. They play a critical role in building the awareness of these initiatives, of these products, as well as educating the consumers on the smoke-free portfolio.
Well, Beste, one final question. As well, it has been quite a comprehensive interview, and thank you for your time. I mean, if there are 3 things that you want to say to the industry right now, what would they be?
We have a very bold ambition, as I mentioned, and the progress towards this ambition is phenomenal so far. We are relentlessly focusing on scientific substantiation, technological innovation, and also catering to the needs of differing needs of a variety of consumers around the world, smokers, adult smokers around the world, who are open to change and move to smoke-free alternatives rather than continued smoking. And for this, we have a phenomenally strong portfolio of multi-category smoke-free product options.
Well, that's a good way to end this conversation. And one last comment, I hope to see you here every year, not every 10 years.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Likewise, it was a great pleasure. Thank you.